What's up, guys? Neil Orfield here to talk a little Underdog NBA. Underdog is, of course, your one-stop shop for all your best ball, fantasy, and pick'em prop needs. While you're coming in, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification button so you can get alerts when our shows go live. We do have a great offer here from Underdog. You can get your first deposit doubled up to $100 by signing up with promo code Stokastic or using our link in the description of this video. You must be 18 plus and you must be 21 plus in Massachusetts or Arizona, 19 plus in Alabama or Nebraska. If you are concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER. But again, Underdog, I love Underdog. I've been playing Underdog for a few years now. I'm kind of obsessed with it at this point. I play all of the different types of contests. I live in Minnesota, a non-legal betting state. If you live in a non-legal betting state, you can win up to 20x your money playing the pick'em prop contests. They also have daily contests, which are draft style. That's what I'm going to do in this video. I better enter that now because it'll take us a couple minutes to actually get in. But joining this draft right now, they also, of course, have Best Ball. If you haven't yet played Best Ball, they just opened up Best Ball Mania 4, which will, for the upcoming NFL season, $15 million in prizes, including $3 million to first. Great prize there. All right, so it looks like I got the 101 in this draft. I don't think so. Looking at the Stokastic projections, yeah, there is a little bit of a gap there between Anthony Davis and Steph Curry, the top projected, second best projected player on the slate in the Stokastic projections. I got to say, though, this is an interesting one. So typically, a lot of slates, I'm willing to just put in these Stokastic projections and let it ride, essentially, because our projections are different than the Underdog projections. So you can get a little bit of an edge, I think, just using our projections. However, this is an interesting one because the way we project players is if a player is questionable, we project the entire game as though they are in. So in this case, we have both Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle questionable for the Knicks, Jimmy Butler for the Heat. We have them all in the projections. I kind of think that this is the kind of slate where I'm going to be pivoting depending on who I get early on. So obviously, right away, I'm getting Anthony Davis. Happy with that. No question marks there. Just going to go ahead and draft him. But I think if I don't get, Jalen Brunson or Julius Randle at the turn, I might be inclined to reach a little bit higher for Josh Hart because Josh Hart would benefit from the absence of either of those players. And then, of course, if I don't get Julius Randle, I also might consider getting Obi Toppin. It might be more inclined to draft him later on because if Julius Randle is out, obviously Obi Toppin's projection going to go up quite a bit. He's going to be expected to play a lot more minutes. As you can see here, we have Obi Toppin projected for just 13.6 minutes, 10.77 fantasy points. If I did put him in, so the most recent game, Julius Randle was out. Obi Toppin played 31 minutes. If I put Toppin in for 31 minutes, we'd project him for 24 and a half fantasy points. That would boost him above all the way up to just behind Josh Hart here. So big boost for Obi Toppin. Of course, Hart would also get a projection boost in the scenario that Julius Randle's out. But just worth noting that, things change quickly based on who is and is not available. We'll see. If I can get Julius Randle at this turn here, I think I'm just going to take him there. But if not, I'm going to consider taking some of those Knicks guys later on. Jalen Brunson, you see, already went. Might have a shot at Julius Randle here. Pretty nice values again with the 8-9 turn on a 2-game slate. But if not, also happy to get two of these upcoming Warriors players. And actually, I already went ahead and gave a little boost to Josh Hart here. This is not where he projects for us currently. I already gave him just kind of as a reminder to myself that, yeah, I want him if he falls to me. Did the same thing with Emmanuel quickly there. All right, so Julius Randle went. I was kind of hoping he would fall to me at the 8-9 turn, but he's also, questionable to play. Might not play in this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the top two projected for us now, Andrew Wiggins and Klay Thompson. And I don't mind that. I've got a little game stack going on now. Two Warriors against my Anthony Davis. I like this start for me. But now if I can get Josh Hart on this turn, I think I'm going to. I'm gonna take him if he falls to me. And if I can't get Josh Hart, then yeah, I'm a little bit more inclined to take Emmanuel quickly, hoping that one of or both of Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson sit. Definitely an interesting play here. Obviously, RJ Barrett also benefits there. A lot of these Knicks players, very interesting, depending on what happens with the Stars. So we'll have to wait and see who falls to me. All right, RJ Barrett went at the 10 spot. A little bit high relative to our projections, but again, he would benefit from either of those players missing. So, not a bad pick there. I'm trying to decide what I actually want. I mean, if I can get Draymond or Kevon Looney to fall to me, I'm taking them in a heartbeat. Happy with either of those. And actually Josh Hart too. So I guess I do know at least the top 3 that I want here. Mitchell Robinson also theoretically benefits if Julius Randle misses. So yeah, I kind of like all that I have set up here, because if I can get Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson, hope that Julius Randle sits, looks good. But then also, if I can't, I've got D'Lo, Austin Reeves sitting there waiting for me in that game stack that I already have going on. So that's not the end of the world either. All right, Austin Reeves went. And now this is where I got to start thinking, do I want to reach for Obi Toppin here? Because he would project pretty well for us. Well, Austin Reeves just went. What do we have Austin Reeves at? 27. So after Josh Hart, maybe then I would consider taking Obi Toppin with the hope that Randall sits. We also have him in the, coming off the bench right now. Obviously, the rates change a little bit if he does start. Okay, Josh Hart went, so I don't have to worry about Josh Hart. Obi Toppin, I could consider. Yeah, I wouldn't mind to get in. I think so. D'Lo, I think, is pretty obvious here in this spot. I think there's a little drop off after D'Lo. We've got D'Lo with a projection of 29. RJ Barrett already went. Austin Reeves already went. Josh Hart already went. So pretty big drop off to the next in terms of projection. I think I'm going to go D'Lo. And then here's where I think, because I don't have anybody on the Knicks, I'm going to go ahead and take Obi Toppin and hope that he benefits from the absence of Julius Randle, which, again, currently questionable. Hard to know what's going to happen there. Could be a wasted pick. Honestly, it might tank my whole team if the Knicks starters are all healthy. Obi Toppin probably going to play pretty limited minutes and not going to be a great pick here, but I'm willing to take that risk. It's only $5 invested in these contests. And you can obviously, you're trying to get first place. So you want to take some risks in these types of contests where very large field and not a huge buy-in. I'm definitely willing to risk it a little bit more. Maybe Quentin Grimes as well could benefit. He's been a little bit banged up. Maybe he picks up a few extra minutes here. Jared Vanderbilt, very good point per minute, but the minutes just haven't been there. 15 minutes in the last game, 23 fantasy points in 15 minutes. I don't understand. I don't know why they don't play Vando a little bit more, but for some reason, they're just not willing to give him any kind of run. Makes it a little bit tough when, his minutes upside clearly limited. Like, no matter how well he plays, they're not giving him minutes. Makes it a lot harder to want to draft him. I prefer players where it's like, if he's doing well, they'll give him extra minutes. A lot more upside in that type of player than the Vanderbilt type, where it seems to be like, doesn't matter at all how well he's playing. They're still not going to give him minutes. So yeah, I think I'd take Emmanuel quickly if he falls to me. If not quickly, I don't really know if I want to go to Grimes. I could consider going to Grimes in the last spot, but I'm probably more likely to just go with one of these 3. Yeah, I think this order is probably correct for me. I'm going to go quickly. If I can't get quickly, I'll go with Martin Wentz, and that would be Strus or Vanderbilt. So I guess this one is just either quickly or do I really want Strus over Vanderbilt? Projection is actually the exact same for Strus and Vanderbilt, but Strus clearly has better minutes upside. So I guess it would be, yeah, and quickly went. So I'm just going to go Strus. I don't love it. I was hoping somebody else would fall to me. Could go Grimes. I'm just gonna go Strus here. Could also benefit from the Jimmy Butler potential absence there. So let's see. I've done 2 of these drafts. Here's the one that I just did. Not the worst draft. Clearly some downside here. If Julius Randle plays, Obi Toppin not going to be the best pick in the 5 spot there. But if Randall is out, I'm going to be sitting pretty. Max Strus looks fine for a last pick in the draft. I think that he's fine even if Butler plays. He obviously gets a little bit of a boost in terms of usage if Butler is out. So that's a fine pick as well. I think I'm happy with that draft. It's somewhat of a risk here in the back spots, but at the top, Anthony Davis with the runbacks of Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson, tack D'Angelo Russell onto that Anthony Davis Lakers stack, and then just Toppin and Strus from the second game. Looks okay to me. I don't mind that draft one bit. I did one draft earlier that I think is also okay. Nothing too exciting there. Doesn't look like a draft that stands out to me in any way. Like I didn't get any deep sleepers or anybody fall into me, but projects okay. So I think I'm happy with the way these first couple drafts have gone, but probably going to keep doing them, do a few more now that I've got my rankings in place. Definitely an interesting puzzle today with all the questionable players on the various teams. And in case you didn't know, in these drafts, if you do draft, say, a Julius Randle and he ends up sitting, they will just whoever is next in your rankings who did not get drafted, they'll just slot him in there for Julius Randle. Kind of cool that you don't take a 0 in the case that you take a player who ends up sitting. You still get whoever your next projected is. Obviously, if you're taking Julius Randle in the second round and instead you're getting a replacement who was undrafted, probably not going to project as well, but at least nice that you aren't taking a 0 there. So anyway, that's my approach for this slate. I'm going to be using the rankings, but also kind of adjusting who I take based on who has fallen to me earlier, because we do have some questionable players here. And I don't want to take Julius Randle with Obi Toppin, for example, because if you're taking Obi Toppin, you're doing so under the assumption that Julius Randle is out. Otherwise, I'm probably not taking Julius Randle. But that is going to be my general approach to this Underdog slate. And yeah, if you haven't checked out Underdog, make sure you do so. Use the link in the description of this video or promo code Stokastic when you sign up to get get your first deposit doubled on Underdog. Really great deal going on there, and a lot of great offerings on Underdog. Make sure you check it out, and good luck today.